you've all played Skoolbo. I'm not really sure yet. So if you could actually start typing into your questions to let me know sort of what stage you're at, so I can gauge what kind of information I should be talking about today. So maybe, yeah, I'll try unmuting people actually, so you can just let me know. Yeah. Hello, everybody. So Ruben, how are you going with Skoolbo so far?
We've got a couple of classes using it at the moment, but we had some issues the other day with the app itself. Yep. It was freezing a lot on the XO.
Right.
I'm not sure if that was because of the internet connection, because we've been having issues, I think, across the whole department with internet at the moment. But anyway, we were using it on the website and it seemed to work fine instead.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of classes using it now. We're sort of in the introduction stage, basically, getting the students and teachers trying to start using it.
Makes sense. That's about right. Yeah, okay, cool. And Pollyanna's just mentioned, she's typed in the thing that she hasn't used it yet, so I'll have to run through for her. I don't remember Scott. I think Josh might have been here last week.
Scott's actually from South Australia, and he's looking after 2 schools, if memory serves me right. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just cut off. I just cut you off, Josh. Sorry about that, mate.
No. Okay. So I'll just quickly address Pollyann. Okay, so if you can see my screen, I'll just give you a quick idea, anyone else who hasn't started yet, of what you need to do, how to register. So it's really, really easy. All access schools get Skoolbo for free for life. It's an agreement we have. So all you need to do is go to skoolbo.com.au and go to this section here, register. Let's wait for the page to load. Yeah, so go in here and register. And so, Pollyann, if you could let me know in the chat box what your school name is, and I'll show you what it looks like to actually do this process. Okay, cool. So what you do is you go in here, school name, and it'll come up, Central State School. I'll keep typing, Central. There we go. That's the school. You've already got an account. Go in here and put in your first name, last name, email address, and your position, and that will register your school. So that's the first step you need to do if you haven't already done that. Okay. So I'll quickly run through the process of what happens up. So Ruben's already done this. Ruben's up and running. So yeah, do it now. That's cool. Awesome. So probably registering now. I'll just quickly won't bother with that. Josh, can you type in in the questions pane what status you're at? Have you got an account? Are you up and running, or what's happening there? Scott as well.
We're getting a little bit of feedback from Josh, because we can actually hear your background, Josh.
Just muted him.
Yep, easy.
Okay. Not sure if they're attending that. Okay. Well, while Pollyann is doing that, I think we'll just check. Is there anything, Ruben, that you want to talk about? Because you've already sort of had a week of running. Is there anything you need from me or from Skoolbo or any thoughts?
I'm not entirely sure. I may have missed it in the admin section, but was there a way to import class lists rather than typing them manually?
Yes, there is. So what I need to do is I need to send you, or you can actually download it. I'll show you that now, actually. So on the Skoolbo website, if you can all see my screen, I hope you can, you just go to the downloads page, and there's a little link here that says Skoolbo Schools Upload, a little Excel icon, so that's a spreadsheet. So you download that, and there's instructions on the actual spreadsheet of how to fill in all the details, and you send that in to us, email it in to us. You can email it to me or just the straight contact. And what we do is we upload all of the data that you provide us, and then it instantly creates all the accounts for all of your teachers and all your students.
Oh, okay.
So that's a big time saver, yeah. So that's a good thing to go and do that.
I was with Maryland's public school yesterday, and what they did is they got the admin ladies to provide them with like a list of teachers and a list of students in each classroom. They've extracted that as a CSV file and sent it over to, I think it was Matthew from your yeah. So they just gave that to Matthew, I think yesterday or today early morning. So yeah.
Yeah, so I sent that email out last week after this, after the EXO webinar, and about 5 or 6 of the users from last week came back with all their lists, and we've uploaded those, and they've got hundreds of users all up and running all this week, so it's pretty effective. So once you've created your account, definitely go and do that and send it in your spreadsheet. It just saves a hell of a lot of time. So okay. So it looks like we've got, okay. Anything else, Ruben? It looks like everyone else isn't really participating.
Sorry, I don't want this to be a one-way conversation. Sorry. I actually work for 2 schools now. The school that I've just set it up for, that's the admin login that you gave me last week.
Yeah.
There is another school that I work for, and I don't have an admin login for them. I would like to find out if they have set up Skoolbo for the whole school or not.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what school is that?
Yeah, they're called John Warby Public School.
Orby. Yep. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll look up that and I'll send you those details as well.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, done. We've got a new attendee, Pat Cahill. Hi, Pat. It's Alex from Skoolbo talking. Oh, he's there. Okay. Oh, there we go. So, Pat, if you can type in that box, have you started using Skoolbo, or you need to register, or what status are you at? So I know what you're up to. Won't let you sign in. Okay. Oh, Pollyann. Okay. Let's look at it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Pollyann. We'll have to double check.
I can give Pollyann. Yep. Sorry, Alex. Just for the purposes of giving it a bit of a go, I can give Pollyann some accounts to give it a try for the moment as a student, because I've still got the I've got the webinar trial accounts from last week. I can give her some of that, and hang on, let me do that now.
It's good to have a play, but doesn't really help that much, because it's much better to actually get your own school set up, because but anyway. So Pollyann, what I'll do is I'll go in and look at your account, and I'll see what's wrong and fix that for you. I'll email you after this. So if you've already registered, I have your details, so I'll be able to send you all that. Okay, Pat. Need to start using it, looking at it. Okay, yep, that's fine. Okay, so last week I went through the actual gameplay itself. Probably this week we'll have a look at reporting. Let's have a look. So once you've actually got in and started playing, got your school uploaded and got everyone running and all that kind of stuff, you'll start seeing that your students in your class are starting to get high achievement on various topics. They started to get many correct answers, all that kind of stuff, and you'll start to see their tally on your teacher dashboard screen once you log in. So really good info here for how they're tracking in game. Just click on results. Oh, cool. Hurry up. Yeah, that took a while, but anyway, you get a nice overview of where your class is at. So this is my class 3R. This is how many answers they've done and all that kind of business. So this is the improvement. 5 people have improved over 10%. 5 have improved over 25%. 1 person's improved their skills 100%, so they've doubled their skills, and 3 have over 50%. So some good stats. Here I can see my class, how they're tracking on various outcomes, syllabus outcomes, literacy, numeracy. So the color coding system is, you can see it here, light blue, medium blue, and dark blue. Dark blue is when I've mastered, when the students mastered a topic. So you just have a quick glance at how they're doing across the board. Oh, okay, I can see, yep, great, lots of good usage there. They're doing, fairly well across the board, and some high-end topics as well. Haven't done anything up here. There we go. Some more tougher questions in the, and they're not doing so well yet. So you can just have a nice quick overview of your class. So that starts to really get useful once they've started using it for a long period of time and it all populates. You can go and drill down even further on an individual student basis. So you have a quick look, and yeah, you get a really quick overview. Vocabulary 2 improved by 25%. Yep, all the way down there. Stuff what they've done recently. They got some high scores when they played, what they're doing, their accuracy. So yeah, you start to get quite a lot of interesting data on how your class is tracking in the game. Choose someone else. So this student's doing really well. They're mastering lots of topics, answering lots of questions. Yeah, so it helps around report time. You can go in and see, get some nice literacy and numeracy stats and sort of pad out your reporting. Super fun feature that lots of people are using is the leaderboard. You can see how your students are tracking against everyone else in Australia. If they're top of the board, how they're going. Just cycle through the tabs, have a look. I think last week we identified there was a few EXO schools who were in the top 20. I can't really identify them off the top of my head, but if anyone notices any.
Yep, that's about right. You've got Beresford Road at number 14.
Anyway, that's always fun. 14? Oh yeah, there you go.
And you've also...
So they're top 14.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'm also noticing... I'm trying to look for MCS there. They're not there no more. Here we go, number 23.
23?
23, yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yep, great. So anyway, that's really fun. Lots of people use those differently, so you can see how you're tracking against everyone else. Lots of teachers print these out, put them on the wall, use it to motivate kids, especially when you start seeing some high usage and getting into the top 10, top 20. Yeah, it's really fun. Lots of kids get really pumped up by that, so it's a cool feature. Even better is some students who really embrace it and really love it, they can even get themselves onto the national leaderboard here. So what we do is we actually cap it so that you can't really, so that students can't see how many numbers over 3,000, because some children really play a lot, and we don't really want to encourage over usage, but at the same time we don't want to set the numbers so high that other kids think, oh, I'll never get that far, I'll never achieve 50,000 questions or whatever. So we cap it at 3,000 just to give people a chance to get on the board. But as you can see, pretty much everyone up until about here, number 36, they've all hit over 3,000. So that's just in the last week. So this resets every week. So you get a chance to refresh, So there's not one kid who's done a massive amount of numbers who just sits there winning it all the time. Every week, any kid across Australia gets a chance to jump back on the board, depending on how they go. So it's a good, fair system and a really good motivator. Yeah. So that's a fun thing for teachers to use. Get a lot of action out of that. If you do really well, I'll give you an example of what can happen. Yeah, if you do really well, we'll put you and feature you on our blog and on our Facebook. You can link up to the school on Facebook and everything like that. So these schools here got a blog post about them. They've answered 100,000 questions. This kid's a super champ, got himself a trophy. Where's a good example of that? Here it is. Oops. So this is the perfect example. So Madison answered 10,000 questions, which means she's a Skoolbo super champ. So we'll email the teacher and say, congratulations, you got a super champ in your class. Do you want a trophy to award to your super champ? And they say yes, and we send them out this inflatable trophy, do a special blog post on them, put their stats up there, and yeah, send this to the school and you can share it out. So it's really cool motivation for the kids. Kids absolutely love it. You know, they get their name on a website, they're pumped. So another cool motivator that you can use once you get it up and running. Yeah, so we're actually going to be adding a 10K super champ leaderboard to the homepage of the website as well. So if you go, I'll just load it up. So this is without logging in or anything. You can just go straight to the Skoolbo website. And straight on the homepage, you can see here it's the same leaderboard repeated. But we're adding 2 new tabs. We're adding a 10K Super Champ tab, and we're adding a 1 million club tab for schools that have gone absolutely gangbusters and got to 1 million. Just some more motivation, just to make sure kids can say, hey, look, you know, my name's up in lights. I'm a Super Champ, or I'm top of the board. So something to start using once you get your kids up and running. It's, yeah, good motivator. So that's really a nice overview for you guys at the stage you're at now. The most important thing is obviously getting kids up and running, totally free. Use it at school and home, of course. It's a really good for homework, obviously, because kids really think they're playing a game, but they're learning at the same time. So it's a really good motivator there. Yeah, I think I'll open it up for questions, actually, because that's a good overview for now. So you can either type or just, yeah, let me know.
I have a question.
Yep.
Again, you may have covered this last time. With assigning tasks, it's
yes.
How do you do that for like especially older students?
Okay. Yep. I'll show you that now. So this is me logging as a teacher on the on my teacher dashboard. Okay. So let's say I want to assign a task for this student. Okay. So this is the student. These are the outcomes. So, yeah. All you do is click on a student. You can get there a few ways. You can go in here, admin, students. I'll just do it a couple of different ways so you can see. Have to go inside by results. Tab's taking a while.
While we're waiting, if you don't mind me popping in there, Alex.
Yeah, it's really slow. Yeah, oh, here we go. Yeah, anyway. Go ahead.
Okay, just with Ruben. Ruben, you were saying that Skoolbo was a little bit slow and unresponsive, or something like that, and it crashed on your device. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Alex, can I quickly just take over presenter for the moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Easy. Okay. Okay, so you should see my screen at the moment with the One Education support page, yes? Cool. So can you guys see my screen?
No.
I can't.
Okay. Can you see? How about now? Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, now, yep.
Yep. Okay. So
There it is.
cool. So one thing you could check is using this button here. You can actually see all the other apps that's running at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because Skoolbo is designed to actually run quite well with the XR. So a good possibility is because of all the graphics and rendering, it may need a bit more memory than normal. So have a look at the other apps that are on, and you can just swipe them up or down to get rid of them. So you can free up a bit more of the memory.
Yep.
Hopefully that fixes it.
Well, I think the department has been having issues with the internet anyway lately.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so they did send an email around about the proxy address, the proxy.det,
Yes.
because all of the devices and things that were connecting was having a big effect on the speed. So it could be related to that. I'm not sure.
That's fine. That's
But we'll
fine.
we'll try it anyway. Yep.
Easy enough. All right, mate. Look, I'll give the presenter view back to Alex. Hey. All right, all yours, my friend.
Okay. Okay, great. So that's a really good point that you just had, Ruben, about proxy and about internet connection, all that kind of stuff. You can actually play Skoolbo in offline mode, which will also help. What it does is you can play in offline mode, and the next time you're online, that's when it syncs your data. So it actually does, quite benefits people, especially if you have rural Australia. Some people don't have very good internet, or if internet drops out, or in a classroom, it's really, really tricky to get, say, 30 tablets all connecting to Wi-Fi all at once. So, yep, there's that option. I'll email everybody about that. Actually, I'll send that information through to John, and he can get it out to everybody because it's quite important, really. So that's, I'll send that through. Okay, so back to the topic that Ruben asked about how to set tasks. Okay, so I was in my teacher dashboard, and I went to the results tab, and down here you can see all of the students in my class, and along the top all the outcomes, and you got literacy, numeracy, languages. We can talk about that later, but literacy and numeracy for now. So let's just say literacy. So let's say Alex B, I want to set some tasks, things up to more difficult. So you were saying, how do you set tasks for the older kids, get them up and running on the more difficult stuff? Scroll across, scroll across, scroll across. I'm going to start setting tasks for Alex B. So I'm going to make him do definitions 3 up to spelling 4. I'm just clicking in here. So 1 means the next time they log into Skoolbo, they'll get that question once, and then it'll revert back to the normal algorithm, the learning-based algorithm that's in the background of Skoolbo. And 2 means they'll get that question twice. So I want them to do definitions 4, outcome twice. Verb tenses, get them to do that. So the further up you go, the more difficult it gets. So I'm starting to set some really difficult tasks now. So as you can see, the way that they've been... Yeah,
sorry. I had a question from Maryland's public school yesterday when they were playing around. They accidentally used one of their students' logins, but is there any? And then they do the 4-question, what do you call the thing? The calibration program. Is there a way for them to reset that calibration?
I don't know, but that's a good question.
Fair enough.
Oh, Matt's saying yes. So that's yes. I've got Matt with me. He knows more than me about this stuff. So he's saying yes. So yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
So if that actually happens, you need to reset it. You have to email us and just say what the student is. Yeah, give us all the details that you have, and then we can do that.
Perfect. Perfect. And then the student will just need to run through the calibration program again, just so that they can put it on their pace. Yeah. Easy. Thanks so much.
That's right. That's cool. Okay, so yeah. So now to answer Rupert's question, I've set the task that I want. I've set them to do that next time. And then what you can do is the beauty is once you know the next time they log in, they'll definitely do those questions, those activities, and you know next time you log back into your dashboard, you'll be able to see that these will now be a certain shade of blue to see how well, good or bad they've done. So you get instant feedback like that.
Do the numbers actually mean something? So you've got different numbers there, 1, 2, 3. Are they just levels, or
I don't know.
does that
One
mean years, or?
No, it means number of times that game will be pushed out to that child. So Alex B logs in, and they'll get definitions 3. The very next time they play, they'll get that 1.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean the 1 or 2. I meant, so you've got definitions 3. What does 3 mean?
Okay, that's linked to. This is coming straight off the national curriculum. So I think we might have abbreviated it a little bit too much. I'll have to get an export for you to see what how they all link up. But yeah, so it's mapped to the curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me get that for you. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? Yeah, anyone else want me to go through anything? Pollyann, yeah, sure. What I will do is, if anyone's thinking of a question to ask, I'll just talk about, you don't actually have this feature yet, I don't think, in the build that you have, but we actually have released languages, so learning Spanish, Mandarin, and French. I'm not sure, John, if we'll be pushing out an update anytime soon. Do you know how that works?
To push an update out, all you need to do is give us the updated APK, and we'll put it on the app universe for people to download.
Okay. Quite an interesting feature. I didn't want to go into too much detail because, again, we're still at the stage of getting people up and running and using it. So, but it is an interesting feature that's already available.
Is it worth talking to them about?
At the time, I guess.
Is it worth talking to them about Zalarius's adventures?
That's the ebooks.
Because it works really well on the XR, and
it does.
Yes, and it's got quite a few selections for their literacy and yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna change presenters again. So I'll quickly take it off here. Okay, so this is Zalarius's adventures. Okay, and I believe it's part of the Skoolbo program. Is that correct, or is it a separate product?
Separate, yeah.
Okay, and because of the collaboration we had, the teachers also have access to this, which is fantastic. So basically, I want to be one of the heroes. I'm going to pick a school adventure here. I'm going to read it. Sorry, I just kind of rammed that straight through. But if you press read now, in some cases, scaling can be an issue, but you just have to twist the XO to one side. And it actually works really well. So
sorry, John, I can't see your screen.
Oh, sorry.
You'll see.
Oh, technology. All right, I'm gonna go back home. Okay. Here we go. So you should see Zalarius's adventures. Yep. So in this example, I'm going to go and pick a random adventure. Let's pick this one and the circus robbery. Read it now. And the students get involved in the adventures of this young person, or you can choose to be the villain as well, which is, I haven't actually seen that angle yet, which is quite interesting, hey? So Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to actually put the volume up so you can hear it.
He expected the Zaleros would arrive any minute. At that moment, the door flew open, and the Zaleros barged into the office.
Could you guys hear the reading? So I'm pausing it now. So as the actual red highlight comes over, that paragraph gets read. So the student then gets to learn how to read with an assistance, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's just a brilliant way for the kids to learn how to read. It could be done in a group environment, or if you want to do it on their free time. But yeah, just another way for them to improve their literacy. Cool. I'm off my soapbox now. I'll give it back to Alex.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so everyone should be back now. Yeah, act fast on the Zaleros Adventures if you want, because they're only free for a limited time. So if you like what you just saw, go to the Play Store or however you get your apps, and yeah, grab it pretty fast. Just a FYI. Okay, so Pollyanne, you mentioned you're logged in now, all good. That's nice. What else? Oh, Pat, do you need anything else from me? You said haven't started using it, you're starting to look at it. Have you managed to log in, or do you have any troubles, or yeah? No, all good, fine. Okay, yeah, well, okay, if anyone else has any questions or problems, you can either let me know now or send me an email afterwards and or call me tomorrow, so yeah, up to you. Okay, Pat, yep, great.
So that's pretty much it, isn't it, Alex, in terms of how to use Skoolbo? We've provided the teachers in the schools with the logins.
Yep. Usage is the first important thing. I mean, once you start seeing some big numbers, then we'll have a lot more to talk about. So yeah, always at this stage is yeah, get going.
And one thing I want to suggest to people as well is, well, if now that you've known about Zalarius, it's going to be a paid app soon, and it's free for the moment. I guess, let's start downloading that to your devices so we can get that going. I also want to encourage all of the teachers. I'm going to take the presenter back from you if you don't mind, mate.
All right.
Cool. Is there anything else you wanted to show before I take it, or?
No, that's enough.
Cool. I'll quickly take that back from you. All right. So, folks, what I want to show you is basically our. I'm just going to quickly disconnect that one. So, as you know, we've been providing the we've been doing webinars for a good month, a good term now. What we wanted to do next term is to provide you guys with further webinars for term 3. I haven't gotten the agenda yet, but what I'd like to do is for this term 3 webinar to be user generated. So it's not just myself who's doing all of the talking, it's going to be your cohorts as well. And I want to encourage people like, well, I mean, say for example, Ruben, you've already used Skoolbo. I'm sure there's a few more apps that you've found that can be beneficial. We've got Mr. Makilikari, who's going to do a presentation regarding Google Classrooms. And we also have a lady by the name of Kay Pearson from Beresford Road Public School. She's going to do a presentation on other apps she's found useful. So please, if you've got an idea, if you've got a success story, I'd love it if you could share it with the cohorts. I'll I'll organize the webinars, and it's going to be open forum for people to talk, and we'll have set times for teachers to present what they've found. And I'm trying to organize that now. So that's going to be what what's going to keep me busy in the next few weeks before term 3 starts. So if you'd like to present, or if you'd like to participate, please visit the forums page, which is what I'm on right now. And to let you know, this is we're actually going to combine the support page and the forum page in one, which is fantastic. And it's going to be easier to manage with just the same web URLs to go to. So, all right, teachers, that's about it. Is there anything else that anyone wants to ask? Please feel free to email myself or Alex, or make sure that you hit the forums or in the discussion board, so we can tackle your the questions and queries right away. All right. So Polly was asking. So regarding the Zalarius Adventures, is it available in App Universe, or do we have to go to the Play Store? I think you need to go to the Play Store. We haven't gotten permission to get their APK. So normally what happens, Polly, is we'll get the actual program file from the developers, like Alex's company, and then we'll get that program file authorized to be released on our App Universe. So in this case, because they're going to release it as a paid app, we can't distribute it that way. So you'd have to go to Play Store to get it. But on Play Store, let me just show you where it is. It's fairly easy to find. It's just Zalarius Adventures. Or hang on, let me see if it's on School. I think it's on skoolbo.com.au as well, isn't it?
Yep.
And whereabouts can I find that, Alex? Because I was just trolling your website and I found it.
What are you looking for? Sorry?
Zalarius Adventures.
What are you looking for?
Zalarius Adventures. The link to it.
Here. I don't think you're going to find it from the website, because we don't really. It's a bit of a separate product. You might have got it from a blog post or something like that. But just go to, if you in your browser, just you might have. It might be linked somewhere. It's not on the downloads page or anything. So. No,
it's definitely not on the downloads page. So I was like, I know that's how I got to it. That's how I found out about it. I was trolling your website. So, I mean, look, I'm sure we can talk about. Hang on. Let's have a look on the Play Store itself.
Yeah.
Hello, Lynn. Welcome to the webinar. We're about to finish, but that's okay. Okay, let me just quickly go to the Play Store. How's it going, Lynn? Welcome to the webinar. Okay. So let's go. Here we go. So if you actually type Skoolbo as the search, you'll get Zalarius Adventures there. So I just typed Skoolbo on Google Play. Now this is something I want you to realize. On Google Play, do you know you can push apps to your devices? So say, for example, I want to download another app, Learn Chinese with Zalarius Adventures. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to install, and it's going to ask me choose the device. Right? So I can actually select my One Education devices, my HTC One or my Samsung S5. So yeah, there you go. And then when you press install, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, can I just? Isn't that though only if you have it linked to the same account?
Yes, that's the thing though. You'd have to have it linked on the same account. In term 3, Ruben, we're going to talk about deployment, and so it's going to be deployment and sustainability for the One Education program. So term 3, that's what we're going to be focusing on. So it's not going to rest solely on one or two people's shoulders.
Yep.
Cool.
So you can't access the Play Store on an extra device, is that right?
You can, but we're trying to restrict it because children under the age of 13 are not allowed to have Google accounts.
That's true. Yep. Okay.
So, yeah. So there's, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Alex. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we're trying.
They're not allowed to have Google accounts.
Yeah, you have to have an.
That's a problem then, because I don't know if I'm correct or not, but in order to use the Google Classroom, they need to log in with their education email address, which technically is a Google account.
Correct. So a Google, so the Google account that we're talking about, Ruben, is basically your at Gmail account or whatever they have it. Because I know for New South Wales, they've linked your .edu emails as Google already. So that's, I think, an exception.
Okay.
So that's actually pretty cool. So, going on to it, which is what I'm going to talk about regarding deployment. Some classes have actually opted for a class level Gmail account. So they'll get Gmail for the entire class. So I'll pick on Lynn. So say, for example, Lynn's library class is lynn'slibrary@gmail.com, and all of the students there get access to it. And that way, Lynn can just push the apps using that Gmail account. And because it's controlled by Lynn, she can then set a specific setting for it that only such and such apps can be downloaded. So that's one option for non-New South Wales One Education schools. I hope I didn't ramble too much there, but yeah. Long story short, private Google accounts have to be 13 and above. Education emails can be Google accounts as well, and that's been allowed by your firewall.
The way we set it up so they could access Google Classroom, unfortunately it also gave them access to the Play Store.
Yes.
But I think you can remove the Play Store if you really need to.
Correct. What we actually want to do as well is, again, on that sustainability and deployment, is talk about school policy. Multiple schools have had students download Call of Duty and incredible things like that. And what they wanted to do is then put together a trustworthiness contract. So the students have to prove their trustworthiness to the administration, because if they get caught downloading non-teacher approved apps, they can have their technology rights revoked. So, well, Ruben, Pollyann just had a bit of a question here. Is there another EXO update coming out soon? Just so I can claim some tech NCT time as they're creating the terms on the calendar now. Polly, I think this is something we need to talk about tomorrow. Could you private message me what your times are, and then we can have a chat? For everybody, we're not planning to do an update on the operating system anytime soon. The next update will be for when we release the Infinity, and that's not until end of Q1 in 2016. So that's going to be a while away. Yeah. So can I give you a call tomorrow, Miss Betts? Cool. So any other issues for the moment, guys, or any concerns? I'll give you a call after 3 then, Polly. I'm gonna make a after 3. Done. Okay. You do know it's a Friday tomorrow, Polly, and after 3, I may or may not be coherent. Just kidding. All right, folks. I think it's safe to call it there. If you have any more questions or queries, folks, please feel free to visit our forums, make a post, and or you can just email me. It's just john@laptop.org.au. That's about it. Any last words, Alex? Oh, sorry, not last words. Any parting words, Alex?
Last words. Yeah. Oh, had a good life. Yeah. No, that's so good. That's so good. Just stay in touch. Feel free to get in touch via John or get my details directly. Last week was really good. I sent out a whole bunch of admin accounts to people who are in the webinar, and they started to use it. Get some really good uploads and stats. So Ruben's a good example of that. So yeah.
Fantastic.
And also, I think, what's his name? Scott as well. So yeah, just stay in touch and we'll get everyone going. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, teachers, thank you so much for your time. We're going to be calling it now. It's about 4:45 at the moment. If you've got any other questions, let me know. Cool. All right, guys, I'm stopping recording now.